Hello, thanks for being in a new video. On this occasion, I have an unboxing of the realme C63. Let's get started. This device has had a launch price in Mexico of 5,999 pesos. On screen is the reference price in dollars to give you an idea, but remember that the prices here are not the same as there. Realme sometimes takes very strange strategies, so this device definitely has a very high price considering the features it has. I don't understand Realme's strategy because in other more expensive segments, it gives you devices that have more quality than one would expect at that price. But in the C series, it really hasn't given me a good feeling. But let's take the device out of its box. And straight away, we're going to find this little box that comes with the tool to remove the tray, quick guide, additional information, and a case that is completely transparent, completely flexible, with more or less reinforced edges. It's appreciated that they include this level of protection, although it's obviously a plain case. So let's see what else comes in the box here. Did we meet directly with the cell phone and the sticker that highlights some of its more sophisticated parameters, shall we say? It comes with a 45-watt charge. Its thickness is 7.74 millimeters, 90 Hz display, which at this price point I wouldn't show that as a highlight but as something to be ashamed of. And lastly, when they tell us powerful octa-core chipset, you know it's going to be a single processor. If they don't brag about the processor model, expect the worst. But we'll see specific details in a moment. For now, how about we power up the device while we see what else comes in the box here. Fortunately, it comes with a 45-watt charger. I think this could become a standout if it translates into good charging speed. But remember, we'll do that test in the review so we can measure very specifically how well it charges. It comes with the cable from USB-A to USB-C, and that's what's in the box. So let's put all of this content back away and get right into the features and technical specifications of this device. It is 7.74 millimeters thick and weighs 189 grams, although the edition that I have in my hands weighs 191 grams. This is because the blue edition has a synthetic leather cover. In this aspect, I think I do like it. It is something that stands out, although honestly it does not feel as soft to the touch as other synthetic leather covers that I have perceived. But at this price, I think it's fine. The screen is 6.74 inches diagonal with HD plus resolution. No, let's cancel this. I've already calmed down a bit, but it's just that at this price, it's rude. The screen is really bad for this price. It has a 90 Hz refresh rate. Definitely, if you're interested in this device, I would recommend waiting until they put it on a 50% discount or something like that, because at this price, you can really find much better things at the screen level. Also, it only has one speaker, which in this price range is still not that common for everyone to have stereo sound. But more and more devices are integrating stereo sound in this price range, but this one still doesn't. The front camera is 8 megapixels with f-aperture 2.0. And I think in the preview it still looks a burnt image. After processing the image, it improves slightly, but again, in this price range, I don't think it improves enough for me to tell you it's a picture worthy of this price. This is a device that should cost much less. On the back, we will find 50 megapixel main camera with f1.8 aperture. On the bottom, decoration. And on the right side, the flash. It looks like it has 3 cameras, but it only has 1. You're seeing a little bit of its results there on the screen. I think the main camera takes good pictures, but again, at this price point, it can come up very short. If you try to use zoom, it's going to be 100% digital, 10x maximum zoom, but it doesn't give us really outstanding quality. In fact, you realize that it's a device that doesn't really have that much quality as soon as you open the camera and see an interface very similar to the generic interface used by other devices from lesser known brands. The fact that it has the zoom on the top makes me get the impression that this device definitely has poor quality in this aspect. It is confirmed because instead of it saying portrait mode, it says portrait mode. There is a bad translation into Spanish. Because of those kind of little details, we realize that it is a device that has not really taken care of the quality that much. Fortunately, it can record video in full HD, but note, the front camera only records in HD. This is another one of those things that comes off as insulting rude. That's not done, realme. This device should cost 3,500 pesos at most, but it costs twice as much. Its battery is 5,000 milliampere hours and supports 45 watts of charge. In this aspect, I think it does deliver. In fact, the charging power could be one of its only strong points, but we will check it in the review. Fortunately, it comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and supposedly can be expanded through virtual RAM, but this I would not recommend it so much. I think in RAM it does deliver. It might even be slightly above what we expected. Generally, at this price point, I think 6 gigabytes is expected. 8, not that it's a brutal increase, but I think it's something that's not as common in the range. It also has a good amount of storage with 256 gigabytes. This is another point that could try to rescue this device a bit. When I just turned it on without installing any applications or doing any testing, it had 22 gigabytes used. And finally, the processor is the very powerful Unisoc T612. Definitely an underpowered processor in the price range. Unacceptable. But this is the numerical reference of the benchmark test on Geekbench. Single core gave us 412 points. Multi-core 1,412. Believe me, in this price range, you're going to find things a hell of a lot more powerful. And in Antutu, it gave us 261,375 points. I repeat, it is an underpowered processor. Maybe for very basic users, the performance is still going to be acceptable. Because of the 8 gigabytes of RAM that it has, which I think is going to benefit it quite a bit, but in the price range, there's no way this device is going to compete very well. It doesn't stand out in cameras, it doesn't stand out in screen, it doesn't stand out in sound, it doesn't stand out in battery. Maybe it excels a bit in charging power and RAM, but there is not much else to talk good about this device. It all has to do with its price, but in the review, I will tell you more details. For now, this has been all for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know you can let me know, and see you next time.